Today on Real Rescues, firefighters tackle a huge blaze that threatens to destroy the livelihood of an entire community. It's arson and the man behind it is caught in a fireball on camera. And the air medics struggle to free teenager Ross, who's been trapped in his upturned car for more than an hour.
Squeeze onto my fingers in this hand as well. That's great. You can feel me touching your fingers. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the police control room in Hampshire. Every minute of every day, these police officers are taking calls from people like you. One in particular, Phil Jones, who's in charge today, I want to talk to because he has a very special responsibility and one I'm not sure any of us would like to have. Phil, it's true to say that if an incident comes up, you're the person in the area that makes the decision on armed response units, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
So how do you make that judgment, whether to send an armed response unit or not, and what sort of things would you send it to?
The information and incident would come in as normal. I'd assess all that information, and any mention of a weapon, gun, could be a bladed article or a firearm. I'd decide whether that was what the risk was for officers and members of the public.
How often, I'm presuming that's a very rare thing, isn't it?
I would get 5 or 6 incidents of that note a day. To consider. We'd probably send firearms officers once or twice a day on average throughout the year.
And how often are you likely to discharge those weapons in the process, in the course of events?
We haven't discharged a weapon at any person by a Hampshire officer for over 26 years now.
That's a fantastic record, but a huge responsibility, and I'm not sure, as I say, that it's a responsibility I'd want to take on, or you'd want to take on, I think, Louise.
You're quite right, Nick. Yes, and also this morning we're going to be out with the Coast Guard rescue helicopter India Juliet. A walker's missing after falling down a cliff.
Hello? Hello, down here.
Oh, God.
Right, she's got a broken ankle.
But first, it's the middle of the night and the firefighters in West Sussex Market Town have just received a 999 call. There's a fire in the town centre and the local crews have been called from their beds.
It's 2 a.m. and the firefighters from Burgess Hill are heading out to the town centre. There's a fire, but at this stage they have no idea just how tough a job this is going to be.
Once I got to the station, I could smell something that resembles a car fire. I thought it might be a fire in the car park at the rear of the markets where the fire was.
But it's far more serious than that. The smoke is coming from Red's, a nightclub. It's on the first floor and is surrounded by shops. Thankfully, they're all shut up for the night.
On any fire, in the back of your mind, you've always got the issue there might be persons in the building that you don't know. And also, any fire is better fought from inside of a building than outside. And so I initially put 2 breathing apparatus with a hose reel in the front door. But there is a risk. Risk and injury to firefighters balanced against the risk of people being inside the building.
What Ivor doesn't know is that someone has broken into this club and deliberately set fire to it. And the arsonist has been caught on CCTV. Because of him, firefighters' lives are about to be put in danger. They have no idea what's in front of them. The entire first floor is ablaze, but there's so much smoke, they can't see anything. Chris Phillips is one of the first to go in.
On the way out, I could feel the whistling of the air, and the heat was really intense. We got to the top and the smoke layer was down to the floor, so we couldn't see nothing, basically, nothing at all.
This is an inferno. There's no hope of tackling this fire close up. Before they get out, they make a final search. There's always a chance that someone could be trapped.
The thing what people lose last is their hearing, so we shout out their name, fire service, anyone in there, and hopefully we could hear someone. been out with directors to where they are.
But as they search, Ivor's becoming increasingly concerned about his crew's safety. The fire could flash over at any moment.
It was possible to have a flashover, which is particles in the smoke on the ceiling level that reach a certain temperature and then can self-ignite and flash over the top of anybody that's actually in that room.
And that could kill anyone in its path.
It was pretty obvious that there was more risk to the firefighters than there was of ever finding anyone alive.
He calls them out immediately.
On the way out of the building, all of the tiles were coming off the ceiling, the light fittings. We could hear things dropping down the stairway, but we got out safely.
In less than 15 minutes, the fire has broken through the roof and is blazing out of control. It's now all about saving the surrounding shops and the livelihood of all the people who work in them.
We just kept looking and the flames were just getting worse and worse. And then within minutes, the flames then were actually starting to spread above the fabric shop towards my bar.
Ivor calls in 13 fire engines plus the aerial platform, which will enable them to attack the flames from above. Along with West Sussex, are crews from Surrey, Kent and East Sussex. The fire is growing at an alarming rate. Other shops and livelihoods are at stake. It's vital that they get more water on the flames.
At that stage, I instructed Haywards Heath crews to break the glass on the frontage of the building and to sort of gain entry and to fight the fire from that area.
But on the balcony, they soon encounter a massive problem.
Unfortunately, because it was a nightclub and obviously a lot of noise was generated from it, they put concrete blocks inside on the windows.
They're going to have to smash their way through the concrete with sledgehammers. This will mean more delays before they can get water onto the flames. Every minute lost is bad news for the neighbouring shop owners.
Your initial reaction was that this is going to be a major event and you really aren't going to see a good outcome to it as far as our business was concerned.
We were all together saying, what are we going to do? All the key holders, all the owners of the businesses. And you just stand there in awe at the fire itself, the smoke, the number of firemen doing their job.
Fighting this fire with 13 crews will require huge quantities of water, and they're struggling to find a powerful enough supply. They need to ask the local water company to increase the pressure.
Water pressure was very low, so we had to bring in the water carrier as well, which is also based at Burgess Hill, which actually carries 18,000 litres of water, which is equivalent to 10 appliances. So it doesn't have such a great pull on the mains within the area.
The team on the balcony have now broken through the concrete and are aiming their jet inside. With crews from 4 counties on site, Area Commander Neil Odin is now in charge.
When I arrived, the fire was well through the roof. There was flames coming out of the top of the roof, and a substantial fire, let's say, in the main sort of nightclub building, threatening to spread into the surrounding shops. Now, whilst there was substantial partition walls between the buildings, there was always a risk that the fire would spread from roof to roof.
And we will be seeing what tactics the firefighters have to employ to get this fire under control. And also we'll be talking to the police investigator, and you might be able to help her, so stay with us. She needs your help. Simon, you were there on the night. You weren't just concerned about your business, though, were you?
No, it was all the surrounding businesses as well, because obviously the town centre, all the properties are attached to each other. Although it's a brick construction town centre, all the roofs are flat timber and felt, and it's quite apparent that the flames were slowly spreading through all the roofs to the neighbouring properties.
So you really thought that actually the whole town centre could go up, did you?
At one time, there was talk that the whole thing was going to go up.
Also, you were even watching that film, you're pretty emotional about it. On the night you had tears in your eyes, didn't you?
Yes, I mean, bearing in mind that myself, my family, we built the club from scratch some 15, 20 years ago. And although we sold it 3 years ago, we still had sentimental feelings for it. And with our bar underneath, just being flooded out completely.
And you had your family there with you on the night?
Yes, my wife and my daughter was with us, and it was a very emotional time.
Yeah, were you crying at the time, or what was it
Yes,
like?
I was, yes.
OK, well, I'm glad you're OK. I'm glad everything's all right. Thanks very much, Simon. Quite a fire, Nick.
They take a lot of calls here about accidents involving young drivers. In fact, teenagers are 10 times more likely to have a bad accident than drivers in their 40s, which is why insurance is so expensive for that age group. In the next rescue, the Great North Air Ambulance is heading to just such an accident. Ross is 19, trapped and in pain.
crew are heading to a car accident on one of the main roads on the North Yorkshire moors. On board are pilot Chris Attrell, senior paramedic Jane Peacock and Dr Scott McGregor.
We've been called to a job where a car has overturned and the person trapped inside the car. So I don't really know what to expect. Clearly the person can be very badly injured and we have to be ready for anything that could happen.
Circling above the scene, they can see a car has crashed off the road at a bend. Local fire crews and ambulances are already there.
You got the car involved?
Yeah, I have. It's this side between the two ambulances.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put you on the lay-by if I can. All right.
Traffic is still moving, so pilot Chris needs to find a safe place to land near the accident site.
We're well clear. All right, guys. There you go. See you in a minute.
A Fiat Punto has clipped the curb of the road at a fast speed, flipping onto its side and burying itself in the hedge. Amazingly, of the 3 people in the car, the 2 passengers have already managed to free themselves from the wreckage and walk away with only minor injuries. But the driver himself hasn't been so lucky.
The driver had been trapped in the vehicle probably for almost an hour and they weren't able to get him out. But he was caught out of his seat up against the window. He appeared to be trapped by his ankles. He was complaining of a lot of pain in his right hip and had also been complaining of neck pain.
The fire crews have stabilised the car and removed the windscreen, so Dr Scott can safely get a proper look at Ross, the 19-year-old driver.
Right, Ross, I know you've hurt your right hip. Is anything else hurting at the moment?
Just the rib.
Your rib, whereabouts?
The lying on.
The side you're lying on, right. OK, I'll try and not touch that or get too close to that. Squeeze onto my fingers in this hand as well. That's good. You can feel me touching your fingers?
Yeah.
That's grand. OK, are your ankles sore at all?
No.
A wee bit twisted, but not painful. Grand. Now, Ross, what we need to do is we need to get you out of the car here, OK?
To fully assess any injuries, Dr Scott needs Ross cut out of the car. But because he's complained of pain in his neck, the team will have to keep it still during the process, an awkward task when there's very little room to work with.
Sorry.
Do you need to climb in there and take his Sue's spine? Because I'll be able to get in.
This could probably, it'll probably be easier, won't it, to have one of us inside?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fire brigade are going to take the roof off the car so that we can get him out in the position he's lying in to avoid moving him any further in case we cause any more damage to him. He's reasonably comfortable in the position he's lying in, but we've put a drip in and given him some strong painkillers. Jane's got him behind him so we can support his neck and make sure it doesn't move.
As the fire crew cut away the roof, Ross is shielded from any metal fragments by a blanket.
Ross, you just need to relax, OK? If we do anything that's sore, try not to move, but let us know what it is, OK?
It's not known yet whether Ross has any serious injuries.
Open your eyes, let me see you.
You got him there?
OK, you OK there?
Yeah.
But he's been in a cramped position for over an hour, and this alone will have left him stiff and sore.
OK, we'll just keep him on his side just now.
Yeah.
OK, going the rest of the way.
Right, ready, steady, move.
OK. Right, OK.
Get on a flat, even surface.
Clear away through.
With Ross now out in the open, the team can give him a closer examination.
Stop there, OK? So we're going to go down here. Where are you hurting?
My hip.
Your hip, your right hip?
Yeah.
OK, anywhere else?
No.
No, OK, that's fine. Is it where Jane's touching just now?
Yeah.
OK, what we're going to do is we need to get you into hospital and get you checked over properly, OK? Because we can't tell exactly what you've done. It looks like you've been very lucky, but we need to get you checked over anyway.
Ross isn't complaining anymore of serious pain, but the force with which the car overturned means Dr Scott doesn't want to take any chances. The effects of pain-relieving drugs could be masking a nasty injury. Ross is more worried about the other people who are in the car.
Okay.
My brother put him down okay.
They're all right. They're okay.
They put a splint across his hips and pelvis to stabilise the area in case of any break and to protect it during the flight.
Ross, I'm going to be sat right here, okay? So I'll be right next to you the whole way. Most people, when they get in the back of a helicopter, just want to close their eyes, okay? If you feel me touching you on your shoulder like that, it just means open your eyes.
Pilot Chris takes off and sets course for Middlesbrough's James Cook Hospital. It's a 15-minute flight. On landing, the helicopter crew can transfer Ross into the hands of the emergency trauma team. Scott gives them an update on what's happened.
A 19-year-old chap who clipped the curb probably about 55 miles an hour, turned his car. He'd been trapped for an hour in the car, complaining of right hip pain. Initially complaining of pain in his neck as well.
Yeah. You got any pain in the back of your neck there at all?
No.
None at all?
No.
Absolutely certain?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you put your chin on your chest for me very slowly? Lift your head up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Look at the doctor over there in the orange suit.
He was going to say handsome doctor there, but he changed his mind at the last minute.
As the doctors carefully check all over Ross's body and spine for damage, it appears that he's been extremely lucky with no injuries other than some bruising, an outcome which looked very unlikely considering the severity of his crash.
1, 2, 3.
Right, now you can relax a bit more now, okay?
It's been a traumatic experience and one that a shaken Ross only has a hazy recollection of.
Well, I must have been too close to the curb and I went up it. And then there was a man holding my head. I could hear my friend trying to get out. And my brother. That's all I remember there.
He's been a very lucky boy. In a situation like this, you can expect a whole host of different injuries. In fact, he's lucky to walk away from it with his life.
And we're pleased to say Ross escaped with nothing more serious than severe bruising. Now, you get to hear some great stories in here. I'm looking around because I want to find Caroline, who I was chatting. There she is, over there, hiding behind there. Come with me, come on. Extraordinary little chat we were having. Caroline.
Hello.
We were chatting before. You could take some very strange calls and sometimes very difficult calls. And one that particular that you told me about was the 17-year-old lad out driving who came across somebody who wanted to jump off a bridge. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. He was 17, new driver, driving along a bridge, noticed a female sat on the bridge, and his immediate thought was, she's going to jump. And he stopped his vehicle, he phoned the police, got me, and did what we could between us. And
yeah, but that's what fascinates me is what you did, because from that point onwards you're then talking him through how to deal with the woman on the bridge. So what sort of things do you say to him to do, or to say to her?
Basically, I needed to keep him calm because he was really panicking, and obviously that would have come over to the lady as well. Just asked him his name, where he'd been, and asked him to ask the lady his name, and just little questions that went on.
Build up a relationship.
He built up a really good rapport with the lady, really good rapport, and it would be inappropriate for me then to try and speak with her. Every question I asked him, after a couple of questions, I asked him to move a little bit closer so she would still feel comfortable.
Because at first, presumably, she's saying keep away, but
absolutely.
He's slowly making. You're saying take a step with each question.
Yeah, every couple of questions, just when she got more relaxed, and you could hear her tone of voice perhaps getting a little bit easier.
How did he get to her in the end to get her away from the edge?
She was cold. She was saying she was cold, and when I heard her say to the lad that she was cold, I said, "Have you got a coat that you could perhaps offer her? Ask her to come into your car," and at which point he did.
And so he managed to get her into the car?
Absolutely. He got her down into the car and the police car arrived.
It's amazing, though, because we were talking to you as well. You take calls from mum saying, will you speak to my son, and things like that. The next thing, you're in a situation where you've got to look after him as much as her.
Definitely. Yeah, it could have a really bad knock-on effect to him if anything had gone wrong. But he coped so well, so well. My concerns were him and the lady.
Sounds to me like you coped exceptionally well with the situation as
well.
Thank
you. So, that's what we're here for.
Well, no, look, thanks from all of us as well. I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, there are things that they have to do here, Louise.
Yeah, what a great story that was. The emergency call takers set the rescue in action, but they don't always know what happens when the rescuers actually arrive. Our man, Joe Crowley, has been out and about with the ambulance crews, where he met many memorable characters, including a certain lady called Maureen.
I think the lady took a fall just up the street. She didn't want to move originally. I think she's feeling quite sick from what we just heard, but she's now inside a neighbour's house, so Julian's just going to go in with all the kit and take a look. I'll give you a hand, old boy.
Thanks very much. Just because I'm a few years older, there's no need for that.
My goodness, look at it.
You're making me blush.
Handsome man.
Oh, aye.
I've already been there once today.
Where?
At the General.
Have you?
Yes, I
Oh,
went.
right.
I went just now.
Yeah.
I was on my way home because
Yeah.
I'd been to see Mr. Gibbs at Neuro.
Oh, OK. Just run through and tell me what happened.
Well, anyone was walking down the road
Yeah.
and I fell down, bang, just like that. And this kind lady stopped and bandaged me up because
Brilliant.
I was bleeding.
Sure, OK.
I was visiting my dad, so I was just driving past, and
Right.
they all looked a bit
You went again then?
distressed.
Yeah, I did,
so I said,
yeah.
"Can I help?"
Yeah. Is that normal
but I
for
think
you?
she just
Yeah,
tripped.
I
I
did
don't
get
think on
very
anything in
tottery.
particular, really.
But like
She
that.
just
Yeah.
got some high heels on.
Yeah.
Has she been on the ground for long, do you think, when you came along?
I don't know, to be honest. I
Right.
really don't know.
Maureen, can you tell me what day it is today?
It's Friday the 12th of September.
Is it?
Is it?
Are you sure?
Is it?
Who is our Prime Minister at the moment?
Gordon Brown.
OK. Just tell me what date it is again.
12th.
You were trying to sneak a look then, weren't you?
I'm going like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no phone a friend on this one.
Yeah.
You have to do it yourself, I'm afraid.
Phone a friend. No, it's the 12th of September, isn't it?
OK. No, actually, it's the 4th of September.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. And can you explain to me why you went to see Mr. Gibbs today?
I've got what they call a general career, and he's put me on this drug which has stopped the shake.
Maureen, have you ever collapsed before, fallen over, like today?
Yes, I have, yes. I was going to see Mr. Gibbs then.
Do you think you should perhaps stop going and seeing Mr. Gibbs
Yes,
if every
I
time
think-
you fall over? Yeah.
I think he's got an effect on me.
Yeah, a bit of a spell, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes.
When you walked Maureen back into the house,
Yes.
how was her walking?
A little bit wobbly.
Wobbly, thank
Yeah.
you. OK. Joe, would you mind just giving me a hand?
Yeah,
what
sure.
we'll do, Maureen,
Mm.
I'd like to just see you take a few steps on your own.
Okay.
And Joe and I are going to be either side of you.
Right.
We'll help you up.
Mhm.
And I just want to see you just take a few steps. Stay quite close. OK, and let's go back to the seat. There you go, take a seat. Maureen,
Mm.
do you live here alone?
Yes,
you
I do.
Right. Maureen, I'm not quite sure what's going on. That's twice
Mm.
in succession that you have, if we hadn't have been next to you, you'd have fallen to
I
the ground,
would,
wouldn't
yeah.
you? I'm not happy to leave you here alone
No.
with that happening. I'd feel much happier if a doctor were to see you
Yeah.
and they can hopefully just give you some explanation as to what's happening and hopefully make you feel a bit better.
Okay.
All right, I know that's probably a real inconvenience seeing as you've just
No,
come all the
I'm
way
not.
back from there, so...
I could have fallen over in the general, couldn't I?
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to my control and see if we can just get someone here to pop you along.
Okay. Fine. This aches like hell.
Does it?
Terrible.
Whereabouts is it
all,
aching?
All around here.
All round there. It's probably...
Oh, God, it aches.
Okay. Can I just have your... You got any pain in there at all?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That's painful?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what I'll do, I think I'm going to pop that into a sling.
Okay.
All right?
Do you think there could be more than just a cut there then, Julian?
Yes,
Difficult to
actually,
know.
possibly. There's a little area here, just they call it the anatomical snuff box. People used to take their snuff from it, a little indentation. And if they've got pain in that area, then it could suggest a fracture.
I worked for the NHS for 30 years.
Did
Yeah.
you? What did you do?
I was
you
a
can
nurse.
sit yourself back into the chair for me, Maureen. That's it, and just get comfortable.
I nursed at Moor Green.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, just relax that arm. Perfect.
Do you think nurses make good patients?
No, they don't. They make terrible patients. Awful patients.
Could I please have an ambulance? This lady needs to go up to A&E.
How long have you lived here? Have you lived here quite a few
I've
years?
lived here 20 years.
20 years,
Yeah.
right.
My husband was mayor of Eastleigh.
Was he?
Yeah.
So you were the first lady of Eastleigh, I suppose.
I
Is that your title?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And this lady works in the same office.
I work at the council.
Oh, right.
How bizarre, isn't it? Small world.
Yeah, isn't it just?
Lots of ceremonies and events.
That's right,
Yeah.
Maureen did break her wrist and it was in plaster for 6 weeks, but she has been cared for by her son and she is in very good spirits.
Still to come on Real Rescues. Coast Guard rescue helicopter India Juliet is scrambled. A woman hiker has fallen from the cliff path.
You hold on to mine now.
Okay.
Okay, nice and gently now.
Yeah.
Up under your own speed.
Oh,
Move your bottom over.
Oh, magic.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Magic.
And Sergeant Tony Flatman takes a walk on the wild side.
Stay out the road. Where's the nearest water?
Throughout today's programme, we're following the firefighters of West Sussex as they battle to save a community of shops from an arson attack. It's the early hours of the morning and the huge fire is out of control and threatening to engulf everything in its path.
More than 100 firefighters from 4 counties are working in relays. 25 fire engines are on the scene. The roof has started to collapse, preventing them from getting water directly onto the seat of the fire. Area Commander Neil Odin is overseeing operations.
One of the main tactics employed by the commanders was to try and prevent fire spreading to other buildings. To do that, firefighters were on roofs to protect or to sort of fend off flames from the walls. Because obviously a flame impinging on a wall for too long, it will heat it up and may collapse. It may spread the fire into the roof. So the firefighters on the roofs there and in the aerial ladder platform were there to cool the flames from the edges of those buildings.
The local water company has increased pressure to the area. The aerial platform is now pumping 2,000 litres of water a minute. But the fire is continuing to blaze ferociously. Neil's got to come up with a plan to kill those flames if they're ever going to save this community's shops. He's going to have to change tactics.
We took the decision to apply compressed air foam. Because of the collapse of the roof, very difficult to get to the seat of the fire. Foam is a very good system for protecting and preventing fire spreading. So we put it through the aerial ladder platform, which hadn't been attempted before within our county and only in exercises and training.
As soon as the compressed foam comes from the aerial ladder platform, it starts to smother the flames. The same method is used on some of the other jets.
They were talking about bringing in this foam and it was like a huge jet over the roof. It was the most amazing sight, but it did actually start damping it down because until that point it was really bad.
As night turns to day, the foam is doing its job, but the fire has been so hot and violent that the very structure of the building might give way.
The fire consumes the roof very quickly, and during that you will lose the steel members of which holds the roof up, and they will crash into the floor. But also the water tank was very, very vulnerable to collapsing, and that tank would have been up to 3 tons in weight. So that could have come crashing through the ceiling, through the floors, and may have even collapsed the entire building. So teams have to be very aware of what's a significant noise, what's a significant collapse, and what could be causing other dangers to members of staff.
6 hours since the crews first arrived and the fire is under control. Most of the roof has collapsed, but miraculously the area beneath the water tank is still intact. There'll be many hours of damping down to make sure the whole area is completely safe. Amazingly, the adjoining shops have not been destroyed and all but 3 can open that morning.
The rest of the centre was business as usual. You know, we kept it as well running as we could. Deliveries were as normal for other shops in the centre, which was really, really good.
For Neil and his team, it's a real success story.
The fire in Burgess Hill was a big job for West Sussex. It was a fire that thankfully we don't see very often, a very difficult, challenging task for all the teams. All in all, the teams worked ever so hard, and the fire was dealt with. The fire was confined to the building it started in. The surrounding shops were protected, and the businesses returned to normal as quickly as we were able to. So all in all, an excellent job by the teams and a job well done.
success story for the fire service. Now it's up to the police to find the arsonist who started it. More on that later, and you might be able to help. First, a dramatic rescue on the cliffs of the Isle of Wight. A couple are out walking when one of them falls. She's very badly injured, but the Coast Guard can't find her, so they've called in the search and rescue helicopter. The Coast Guard rescue helicopter India Juliet is heading to the most westerly point of the Isle of Wight, where the walker has gone missing.
We have a couple, lady has slipped off a path and possibly broken her ankle. We're having great difficulty locating the position. If you can proceed to Allen Bay and the cliff path there, just have a hover round and we will speak to the first informant until he can see you. Over.
Southern Coast Guard, rescue, India Juliet, Roger, ETA about 30 seconds.
Roger, thank you.
Are you in contact with the first informant still, over?
We're talking now.
Roger, I'm just going to put the two-tones on, see if I can hear it, over.
See that? Yeah, there he is there.
The Coast Guards are easy to find, but they need an aerial view to locate the injured walker.
Rescue India Juliet, Southern Coast Guard.
It doesn't take long for India Juliet to spot her husband signalling frantically.
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Coming in left. Southern Coast Guard, believe we have a visual.
Southern, Roger.
Williams Lifeboat, MCA Osprey, Channel 0, over.
The man is standing by some deep undergrowth. The woman must have fallen into the hedges. They need to land and find her on foot.
Hold right, 1. Steady. Go right.
And yes, sit 100 please, we'll hold it.
Okay.
You happy there?
It's a little bit on level in the back.
Winchman John Spencer goes to join the search.
Yeah, is it your wife?
It is, yes.
What's her name? Janie.
Gary's wife Janie has fallen down a steep part of the cliff path.
Oh, crike.
Luckily, the bush broke her fall.
Right, let me get down.
John realises immediately Janie has suffered a serious injury and radios back for help from India Juliet.
We're going to need the vacuum splints. I brought the inflatable ones because of the nature of the injury, and also we're going to need the Neil Robinson stretcher.
This stretcher is carried in a shoulder bag and is ideal for use in confined spaces.
Hello? Hello, down here. Oh, God. Right, she's got a broken ankle.
Janie's in a lot of pain.
I've got Jane and Amy's. Hello, Jane. On Antonot. As you can see, look, it looks like a bad break. It's twisted round.
Do you want to evacuate by helicopter? It's going to be a nightmare to get her down here.
We're going to take her to the helicopter and, you know, take her back from there. What we could do with a paramedic down here, if he can get to us. That's okay. How's that then? Is that a bit better? Take a good few deep breaths of that. Right then, Jane, is that better? Oh, where's that thing?
Janie is being given pain-relieving Entonox gas as the crew prepare to put her badly twisted and broken ankle into a splint. The next move is getting her away from the cliff edge.
Thank you so much. All right. Very gently, we're going to slide this down.
Slow, deep breaths.
First, they check Janie hasn't suffered any other serious injuries.
Right, we're going to have to lift you, Jane.
You'll be lucky.
Did you bang your head when you fell at all?
I don't think so.
I checked beforehand. There's no neck or head injuries. She just slipped down there.
I'm just a bit loopy.
Right, let's just go up the leg, and if you can, get yourself on this.
On
Go in.
there.
Hold on to my neck as well.
Yeah.
Right, you cover the leg. You hold on to my neck.
Okay.
Okay, nice and gently now.
Yeah.
Up on your own speed.
Move your bottom over.
Oh, magic.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Magic.
Watch that leg there, mate. I want you to come up, Jane, as well.
Okay.
Right, let's lift her up. No, don't use the leg. 2-6. Bit more. Bit more. That's brilliant. I want you to lay back and relax now. Put your leg down, Jane. I do.
I say, this is an extreme way.
Don't worry
Gave
about
me a
those on the
trip
side if you
in an
can remember them.
helicopter. That's so much.
Take some more Ensign officer. About here and across.
Janie's doing her best to be as cooperative as possible, despite her extreme pain.
I'm there.
Put the bottle up by that. Just keep your hands
Yeah.
together, Pat. Okay, let's you do the luggage we lift down. Take it up. Take it nice and slow. Take it nice and easy.
Here they come. Come here, Marcus. Alf's got one shoe on and one shoe off.
I lost it. Come off in the undergrowth.
Did you?
Yeah, I have to walk back. Foot thistles all in my foot.
Alf may have lost a shoe, but his patient is the priority.
Is that her yelling?
Yeah.
They're all on board and ready for liftoff. Janie's ankle is really putting her through it, but in minutes they'll be at hospital where she'll receive the treatment she needs.
Rescue, did you let Tom?
Come on slowly. Clear the deck.
Yes, and her ankle is in quite a mess, as we'll be seeing a little bit later. Now, Andrea, let's pick up on a couple of those points. A call comes in from somebody on a mobile phone. Okay. They don't know where they are. How do you go about finding them if they need help?
Well, the first thing I would do is I'd speak to the 999 operator and I'd ask them the grid coordinates, which gives me the mast where the mobile phone has been dialing from.
And they get that from the mobile phone company?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So then, obviously, I would put the coordinates into my computer, and for argument's sake, it would come up with on my map. It unfortunately give me a 2-mile radius of where that mast is actually pinging from. But already I could know that that person's in the area of Southampton, so that's a good start. I'd then obviously keep them on the phone, and what I'd then do, I'd ask them to look for any landmarks or any other road signs or that they could actually find, or if appropriate, knock on somebody's door, if that was appropriate in the circumstances. Obviously, once I'd ascertained where they were, I could...
You're going to pretend this is Tennyson Road, for example?
Absolutely. They've told me they're now in Tennyson Road, and I can see from my green marker on here that my map's now centred on Tennyson Road.
Yes.
If I come down a level on my map, I can pinpoint Tennyson Road a little bit better.
Quite a lot of detail there already.
Absolutely, but we can come down a little bit further and have even more detail.
Wow.
So if they didn't know where they were in Tennyson Road and there was road numbers or anything like that, house numbers, we can maybe look for some landmarks, some big substantial trees that we know maybe have been there years, or like car parks or something like that.
OK, and then you can find out where the police cars are close.
Absolutely. If I come up again on a couple of notes on the camera on the... I can see from here that, luckily, in Tennyson Road, they're near to a police station, and I can see that there's some police vehicles in that station at this time, so hopefully they will be able to respond to Tennyson Road very quickly, and I'll be able to tell that person that they're obviously only a couple of streets away.
Just explain to us which are the police vehicles and how do you know which ones they are?
The police vehicles are the ones with little circles around them, and obviously it shows me that there's a call sign underneath. This one says Ep15.
Right.
That's a call sign for a particular vehicle that I know isn't the police station at the time.
And you send them straight there?
Yeah, they would be a resource if they weren't doing something else, they'd be able to attend.
That's been fascinating. Andrea, thank you.
No worries.
Nick, amazing stuff.
So you don't think about all that, do you, when you make a phone call and how they're actually keeping in contact with all the police cars and so on and so forth? Anyway, back to that fire at the nightclub. It took 6 hours to get under control. This was the damage to Simon's bar below the nightclub, and it still hasn't reopened. Leading the investigation to find the arsonist is DS Sian Griffiths, Detective Sergeant. She returned to the site to explain exactly how he moved around the premises. Let's take a look.
The male came up the staircase from over there, and we believe he came in through this door because there was damage to the door. This is the main bar area, and there was a bar along here. The male came in and placed some petrol cans onto the bar. He then walked around the club, and we don't know if he was there to check out the club to see if there was anyone in it at all. He then came back to the bar and then spread the petrol around the entire club. The flames go up very quickly when he sets the fire, and he sets it outside of this room out there. And as he runs back into this room, he basically becomes engulfed by a fireball. It wasn't until we got the CCTV, which shows the bottom of the stairs, that we were aware that he had actually made it out of the premises.
OK, we're going to put a number up on screen in case you can help us from Burgess Hill area. 0800 555 111. Calls from a BT landline are free. Other networks and mobile charges may vary. Sian, What do we know about this? This guy, is it a professional job or not a professional job, is your view?
We think it was very well planned. He was clearly forensically aware. He had his face and his hands covered, and also all his clothing was covered in a coat as well.
He did make a bit of a mess of it, though, didn't he? Because he almost blew himself up in the process, didn't he?
Yeah, initially, when we looked at the first CCTV, we thought he had been trapped within the flames, and we had to get a body dog in from the fire brigade just to check that there was no one in there.
OK, we've got a bit more footage that we can actually show. Let's take a look at it and you can talk us through this. This is a man who appeared on the staircase afterwards. So you assume that's him?
That's him going into the club there. You also catch him coming out of the club as well, so we know that he got out. So
we know that he got out that explosion, despite getting very close to him. You think he actually got out of the place?
Yeah, he did get out.
When you blew that up, could you see anything of his face? Can you help any more detail on that?
He's wearing a mask on his face, a Ronald Reagan type mask.
So what do you want to know from people?
Basically, we were asking for information as to who set that fire. We know he'd obviously bought the mask from somewhere, he bought the fuel from somewhere, and we believe his clothes would have had fire damage, he'd have smelt of accelerant, and he may have been injured.
He may well have been burnt by that explosion as it caught him on the way out.
That's
All right,
right.
Sean. Well, good luck with that. Thanks very much, Louise.
OK, thanks, Nick. Remember Janie, who was in real agony after falling down a cliff on the Isle of Wight? Her ankle was very badly damaged. These are the x-rays of Janie's ankle, but it hasn't put her off walking.
We're going to go back and we're going to finish that walk, and might even go back on that path again just to see the spot where it happened.
Very good luck to her if she does. As we've been finding out, police work is very varied. The officers are committed to rescuing anyone in need. But Acting Sergeant Tony Flatman took on a rather difficult job when he came across a crowd of jaywalking ducks. This is what happened.
Mike Echo 01.
Not your everyday job, but I've just come across about 15 to 20 ducks. I'm just going to wait here a minute. Hopefully they won't get squashed.
If you do let them get squashed, they'll be very upset.
At the moment, they're sitting ducks.
I don't know what to do with ducks, other than putting them in pancakes.
Tony needs them to fly away from danger.
Stay out the road. Where's the nearest water? I wonder if they'll take off with the siren.
But Tony's attempt to sound like a big duck doesn't appear to be working. Before he can get in too much of a flap, though, another call comes in.
Can you head over to the A31 eastbound?
Tony will have to leave these ducks to waddle their own way home. Sergeant Tony Flatman, forever known now as Tony Quackman, I think.
Poor Tony.
Yes, he did go back to discover all his birds had flown by the way. And if you have any extra duck puns, don't call in. That's it for today, isn't it?
Oh, go on, I love them. No, they can't, you can't call.
Join
That's
us
all for
next
today.
time.
Yes, see you next time. More Real Rescues then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.